Focus is keeping your eyes straight. A focused business has a mission statement. A focused person has a goal. A focused organization has a vision. David said, I have set the Lord before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. When you are focused, you speak different. When you are focused, you rise up different. Because the version of you that the community is looking for is the version of you that can add value. And the version of you that can add value can only happen when you focus on your comparative advantage. When you focus on your core value and you serve out your service and you serve out your goods based on your comparative advantage. The things that distract us are not bad. Most things that create distractions in our life are not evil. Most of the distractions that we face in life are from things that are good, but they put us in disalignment from the goal that we have set for ourselves. They shift our focus from the thing that we really want to get to the things that are not part of our desire. Distraction is a disalignment, is a shift in focus from what is important to what is less important. The importance is still there. Distraction is a shift in priority. Distraction is a punishment to your own self. When you are distracted, the things that distract us are not fully bad. They are beautiful things and they are beautiful distraction. In this video, I want to share practical steps on how to keep your focus. Focus is keeping your eye on your goal, on what you want to achieve, on that thing that you want to become, on that success that you want to see in your life, on that rebranding. Focus is keeping your eyes straight. Is in setting your eyes straight. Is in setting your vision straight. Focus starts from the high. It starts from setting your vision straight so that you are not pulled away from the things that take away your strength and your energy. You're not pulled away by things that take away your strength and energy. Focus is in the high. You want to think of focus as something that is essential. A focused business has a mission statement. A focused person has a goal. They have a goal board that they are pursuing. A focused organization has a vision that they are pursuing. A focused organization has a core value that they are using to measure their success. Because when you set up your goal board, when you set up your vision board on who you want to achieve, that brings you closer to your success. But when you set up your value board makes you to be fulfilled, content, and happy. The things that distract us are not bad. The things that make us to focus on something that is less of our becoming, to focus on things that are not part of our desire, they are not bad. But they are beautiful distraction. Focus is keeping your eyes straight on where you want to go, on what you want to become, or where you see yourself going. Focus is facing your lane and minding your business. In life, we can't control the things outside of us. Change is inevitable. There are things that are unpredictable that will happen. We can't control external factors. And those external factors has a way of impacting us internally. You don't control how somebody drives on the road, but you can control how you respond. When another driver cuts through to your line, you can control how you respond when another driver say a mean word to you. The things that distract us are not totally bad. The things that distract us are not evil. The people that distract us, sometimes they are in their own authenticity and they are being genuine with us. But the power of focus help you assess whether what that person is saying, or whether what that person is doing, or whether what that person is doing to you at that time fits into bringing you closer to your goal. Focus helps you to keep your energy in one place. When you are focused, it is a laser focused energy. When you are focused on something, it is showing up consistently. The powering of consistency comes with focus. For consistency is what triggers your energy to continue to show up. But the energy behind a consistent life is focus. No one achieves anything in life without focus. Go and check anyone, either in our day to day, in the secular world, in our faith world, even in the Bible. There is no form of major achievement or success that did not require focus. David said, I have set the Lord before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. When you are focused, your energy is targeted. It's a targeted energy. You are not auditioning for a role that somebody is not paying you for. When you are focused, you choose your community wisely. You focus your energy on things that drive you closer to your dream. When you are focused, you show up different. When you are focused, you speak different. When you are focused, you rise up different. When you are focused, you set your goals different. When you are focused, you set your structure in such a way that it continues to move you closer to what you would like to achieve. When you are focused, you speak different. You speak different. You speak with positivity in your mouth. When you are focused, you have a still mind, a peaceful mind, a restful confidence. When you are focused, you're still and you know what you can do. When you are focused, you understand what is going on within you and you are able to make move and react in a wise way. When you are focused, you continue to make success look easy. The people that are successful are not smart. They are not the smartest. The people that are successful, they are not even the wisest. Have you remembered what Solomon said about a wise man who continued to give strategy to winning war to the city, but is the wisest. But because he wasn't rich, his voice didn't count. Riches, success is not about being smart or about being wise. But focus is a key element to success in life. I've said a lot of things about focus, but I want you to imagine yourself. Because as an individual, your journey is your journey. It's nobody's business. It is your journey. Don't allow people who don't fully understand your story or your journey to tell you what to do with your life. Don't allow the people who don't understand where you are coming from, the sacrifice that you have made, the pains that you have made, the investment that you have made to become who you are today. Don't allow them to tell them how to live your life. Your vision board helps you to be successful. So focus starts with keeping your eyes straight on your vision. Keeping your eyes straight on what you would like to become in your life. Your 5-year goal plan, your 10-year goal plan. The 5-year goal, the plan for your business. Focus is keeping your eyes straight on those goals. And focus is taking action towards that goal. Focus starts with keeping your eyes straight on your vision board, and you have to take action. You don't just say, I want to be focused, and you create a lot of distraction in your life. I want to be focused. That means the things I sign up, I say yes to, or I sign up for are limited. I focus my energy on the things that drive me closer to whom I want to become. I focus my energy. I want to grow in my communication. I want to grow in my business. And I focus my energy learning about business strategy, learning about communication strategy, learning about marketing strategy. When you have a goal, you set your action towards your goal. That is focus. Focus is taking action that brings you closer to whom you want to be. Focus is keeping your community in such a way that it aligns with who you want to see and who you want to be. Focus is in the eye. Focus is in the hand. In what you're doing, you are asking yourself, how does this bring me closer to whom I want to be? Whom I want to be. I'm not asking you to be selfish. Adam Smith said, every one of us in our own self-driven interest, we get to a place where the market would work. Because when the buyer is making the decision based on their own selfish interest, the seller is making decision based on their own selfish interest. When they come together in the market plays out to achieve a maximum performance. Because everyone is making decision based on their focus on their individual. The whole thing about the world that makes the market work is that everyone focuses on their own selfish interest. As bad as that sounds, I want you to know that it is not selfishness, it is not bad to focus on your own goal. There's nothing bad in it. There is nothing bad in it. Because the version of you that the community is looking for is the version of you that can add value. And the version of you that can add value can only happen when you focus on your comparative advantage, when you focus on your core value and you serve out your service and you serve out your goods based on your comparative advantage, based on focusing on your core value. Focus is an individual journey. Focus is in you minding your business. Focus is in you facing your lane. Focus is in the feet. Focus is in movement. You are making move. You are taking steps towards your goal. Focus is reducing distraction, the things that distract us. Because the things that distract us are not bad, but they are beautiful disalignments. They just shift our focus from what is important. The people that are distracting us, they are not bad, but they are not of the same value like us. Think of Sanballat, think of Tobiah. They are Israelites too when they were distracting Nehemiah from building the wall. The people that distract us are not wicked, but they don't understand our journey enough to understand where we are going. And that is why when people give you comments, when people criticize you, look at it, assess it. Does it fit into where I am going? If it's a beautiful input to help you get to where you are going, take it in. Criticism is beautiful. It's a compliment. It's an input for your strategy if it helps you go towards your goal. If somebody criticizes me and it doesn't drive me closer to my goal, I look at them, I look at their life, I look at what they are doing. If they are not at the level where I am, if they are not going where I am going, if they have not been to where I have been, if they don't fully understand my story, sorry, they don't have a say over my matter. They don't have a say over my journey. Focus is in keeping your mind settled on your goal. When you have a value board, you create it and you set priority. Things that you want, you like to see that are important to you. And based on those your value board, it continues to fit into your vision, your annual vision, your 5-year goal, your 10-year goal, where you would like to see yourself. And once you create this vision board for yourself, you want to start taking steps. You want to start keeping log. You want to start taking actions and start speaking positively and start taking steps and moving closer to that goal. The power of focus is something that you want to have in your life. Because when you have focus, it simplifies your life. When you have focus, there are less distraction. When you have focus in your life, there is less noise. When you have focus in your life, you are able to distill voice from noise. When you have focus in your life, you are not auditioning for a role that somebody is not paying you for. You are not trying to impress people. When you have focus on your life and you are focusing on your own goal, you are keeping track of who you want to become, not whom people or the community want you to become. When you have focus, you are not a people pleaser. The people that you are trying to please are limited. They are limited. That is even if you have a list. When you are focused in your life, you have peace because you are able to know what you need to do and what you don't have to do. When you have focus, it helps you to target your energy like a laser focus on what is important. When you have focus, you build up your faith. When you have focus, you build up your faith to reach your promised land, to eat the fruit of the land. When you have focus, you are disciplined in what you say about your goal. You choose your word right in how you describe your goal. When you have focus in your life, you rise up even when nobody wakes you up. Because your goal is right in your face and is making you to wake up. Focus starts from the eye, but it has a way of fueling an inner energy. I mean, there are times that I think to myself and I will tell my kids and I will tell my friend, this is what I want to do. When you focus and you confess what you would like to be, there will be limited distraction in your life because people know where you are going. They know where you are going. The people that are distracting us, that create distraction, that comment and make comments, they are not the main player in your life. They are not the main audience in your life. Focus is keeping your audience small and focusing your energy to serve those audience excellently. I'm not here to tell you everything theoretical. I just want to share with you some things that I am doing when it comes to focus. Focus is keeping your eyes straight. Every morning I set the goal that I want to achieve at a particular day. And I review that goal, I put it on a paper and I stick it. Either on my calendar and sometimes in my jotter. So that every day, once I get to work, or was I want to get on my task, I see what I'm doing. If I'm done with a task, I check it out and I move to the next task. Focus is in having a vision for your life and breaking it down into tasks and into steps. And you are focusing your energy on it. Part of what I do, focus is in keeping your eyes straight. Part of what I do to keep my eyes straight is that I don't check what other people are doing. I don't check people's status to see what they are doing. I don't check people's life to see what they are doing. If they tell me, fine, I appreciate it. Because I'm focusing on my own goal. I'm focusing on where I want to go. How I want to see myself in the nearest future. Focus is keeping your eyes straight. Focus is keeping your mind still. He said, be still and know that I am God. Focus is making sure your mind is still to focus on your journey, to focus on your story, to focus on your value. Because sometimes people come and tell us to do things, tell us to try this with our business, tell us to try this in our marriage, tell us to try this in our relationship, tell us to try this with our finances. And you are now investing in a business that you don't understand. And then you get into a loss. Now you are now bringing strategy into your marriage that is hurting your marriage because every marriage is different. Now you are not training your kids like they are similar to other people's kids. Focus is choosing your action in a way that makes sense for your case. Even as much as I'm sharing my own focus strategy, you will still have to think about it and see how it applies to you. Because you have to design your own focus templates. My focus goal is I don't try to look around. I face my lane. I drink water and I mind my business. I face my lane, I drink water and I mind my business. If I'm not invited, I am not going. If I'm not being spoken to, I don't speak. If I'm not being asked, I don't talk. Focus is conserving your energy and on things that are not your business, on things that they are not paying you for. When it comes to focus, focus is keeping your mind still. The things that distract us are not bad. They are just beautiful disalignments. Focus is keeping your feet forward. Focus is keeping your feet forward. There are times in life that we have that focus. We have that dream that we would like to achieve. And then the curveball of life comes. Life is iffy, unpredictable. Things happen. Things we didn't plan for happen. When those things happen, they shift our feet. They shift our focus. Focus is keeping your feet steady, moving in the direction of your goal. Focus is keep your feet steady, moving in the direction of your goal. When that loss happens in the middle of the year or in the middle of the semester or in the middle of a plan that you have already planned out, focus is keeping your feet steady and moving forward in spite of it. Focus is showing up in spite of distraction. Focus is showing up even when you are not sure. Focus is picking up even when your voice shakes. Even when your voice is the lone voice. Focus is keeping your body still and calm down to assess and be accountable to yourself. How have I spent my 24 hours today? Because our life is measured in time. How have I spent the 8 hours at work today? What is my meaningful contribution to my life today, to the organization that I work for, to the people that are connected to me? Focus is keeping your mind and your body and your soul together in calmness. Focus is keeping your mouth open, speaking positive word of confession. Focus is keeping your feet straight, moving forward towards your dream. Before I wrap up in this story, I'm going to share 3 quick stories of focus in the Bible. When the Israelites, when they sent the 12 spies to go and spy the promised land, the Bible made us understand that Caleb and Joshua, the 2 guys, those 2 guys, they came and they said, the land is beautiful. We are able to go into the land. We saw it. It's a beautiful land. We are well enough and able to conquer the land. And God was happy with those 2 people. Because focus is seeing things the way God sees it. Not everyone is going to see things the way God sees it. Especially for your life. The way God sees things for your life is not the way everyone will see it. And people will want to tell you how they see it. It is for you to discover what God wants for you and to focus on it. Those 2 spies said, we saw the land. They were focused on what God wants them to see. Yes, there are giants there. Yes, there are competitors there. Yes, there are people that look scary. Yes, there will be things that will make us scared in that goal that we're trying to pursue. But focus means you're focusing your view on what God is saying. On what God is saying about the matter. On what God is saying about the subject. On what God is saying about the promise. On what God is saying about the goal. Not on the markets. Not on your finances. Not on your current situation. Not on your past or your pains or your traumas. But on what God is saying. The Israelites have been through a lot. They've been through a lot. Traumas, pains, coming from Egypt. Their mindset is still in the slavery state. But these two guys were different. They said, we saw it because God saw it for us, and we're going to align our vision to what God is saying. We are well enough and able to conquer the land. The 10 other spies said, no, we are not. And if you go and read that book of Numbers, God said, these people have done wickedness to me. When you are not focusing on your goal, you are not only wicked to yourself, you are showing wickedness to God. If you go and read that book of Numbers about the 12 spies and their report, when God saw how they were talking, God said, these people are wicked to me. When you are not focusing on your goal, it is a self-inflicted wickedness. Every time you distract yourself and you focus on what somebody else is doing that is not driving you towards what God is telling you to do, it is self-inflicted wickedness. Nothing brings favor like focus. When you focus and people see your energy and your passion towards your dream, people are willing to help you. People are willing to support you. People are willing to collaborate with you and help you advance your cause. The two spies focus on what God is saying. I said something. I said focus is making movements towards your goal. When the Israelites now moved and they wanted to conquer Jericho, the Bible made us understand that God said, go around the cities. Every day, go around once, keep quiet. Go around again, second day, keep quiet. And on the seventh day, scream. Focus is in the movement. The people didn't say, why should we go around and be making movements? Even when we don't see the wall coming down. Focus is in making movements even when you are not seeing the result. Because the result will not show up. Focus cumulates. It's a cumulative effect. When they show up the first day, that work already got started. It's a work in progress. The second day is still a work in progress. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh, when they scream, the miracle was completed. Some of you are beginning to scream the second day. Some of you are beginning to stop your movement the first day. You are beginning to stop your movement the first day. No, that's not how it works with God. Our God is a God of process. Everything in the Bible is about process. The process of the Messiah coming. Everything in the Bible is about process. And that is what you want to understand, that when there is an instruction from God, make sure the movement you are making is towards that instruction. Focus is a key element to faith. And faith is the currency that we use as children of God to receive whatever we need from God. Focus is in the high. Focus is in the movement. Focus is in being still. When the Israelites were at the Red Sea, they were in front of that Red Sea. Moses told them, I want you to be still, because that was what God told Moses. How can you be still when there is distraction coming behind you? The enemies are coming to attack you. But the Israelites listened, and Moses stretched forth his hand, and the Red Sea parted. What you are thinking is a difficult situation will require your focus. What you're thinking is a difficult situation will require your focus. Like I said, focus is in the movement. When you think about people like Nehemiah that went back to build the wall, Nehemiah was going around that wall. Every night when they were building, he would go around the wall and supervise it. Nehemiah got his hands dirty. He got to work on that goal. Focus is working on your goal. Keeping your eyes straight. Keeping your body still. Keeping your leg moving. Facing your lane. Minding your business. Moving with God's instruction. And making consistent progress. When Sanballat and Tobiah created the distraction for Nehemiah, They were telling the soldiers, the people that are working on the wall, telling them, oh, this thing that you're doing is going to fall apart. Why are you even doing this? It's not going to hold, the wall will fall apart. Sometimes people will make comments, not because of you, it's because of their own insecurity and because of their own limitation. Because they don't see your why. Sanballat and Tobiah didn't see Nehemiah's why. And they were making their own comments, their own foolish comments based on what they see. They said, oh, even this wall, if a fox should walk on it, it will crumble. There will be comments. There will be naysayers. There will be people that will distract us and create distraction and invite us to parties that we don't need to go and bring business idea that we don't need to go with and even bring support. Sometimes the things that distract us are not bad. Sometimes people will give you support and sometimes they will give you financial help with string attached. The things that distract us are not bad, but they are beautiful disalignments. Thank you for joining me on the Our Platform. This is the Our Platform, and if you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and see you in the next video.